This August, Netflix and Prime Video are adding some fantastic sci-fi movies, from underrated cult classics to all-time favorites. I've picked the 10 best releases you won't want to miss. Let's jump in. Kicking things off at number 10, we have The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai Across the Eighth Dimension, now streaming on Prime Video. Peter Weller plays a physicist, neurosurgeon, and rock star who must save Earth from interdimensional aliens. That is the premise. The film treats every single bit of that insanity with a completely straight face, and that is why it works. This 1984 cult classic has one of the most devoted fan bases in sci-fi history. It's weird, it's bold, it's completely unforgettable. The practical effects alone make it worth your time. It's hard to believe a film this original has been overlooked for so long. Consider this your excuse to finally watch it. At number 9, Small Soldiers is now streaming on Prime Video.
We have met the enemy. He is big. He is fat. Commandos, attack! No mercy!
Incoming!
Joe Dante's 1998 gem about toy soldiers equipped with military-grade AI chips that go to actual war in a suburban neighborhood. Now, you might remember this as a kids' movie. It is absolutely not. This is a sharp, biting satire about militarism and corporate greed disguised as a family film. The Commando Elite, voiced by Tommy Lee Jones and the cast of The Dirty Dozen, are genuinely terrifying. The animatronic work is peak 90s practical effects, blending puppetry and early CGI in ways that still hold up nearly 3 decades later. Small Soldiers is one of those films you thought you knew as a kid, but watching it as an adult is a completely different experience. Coming in at number 8 is LAZARETH. Ashley Judd plays a woman raising her nieces in complete isolation inside a remote cabin, protecting them from a deadly plague ravaging the outside world. When a wounded stranger appears at their doorstep, the fragile safety she spent years constructing begins to collapse. This is tense, claustrophobic filmmaking at its finest. Judd delivers one of her most gripping performances in years, a woman whose protection has quietly become imprisonment. The film keeps you guessing about who the real threat is until the very end. Think 10 Cloverfield Lane meets a psychological pressure cooker, where every quiet moment feels like it could explode. At number 7, we have the entire ROBOCOP franchise, now streaming on Prime Video.
This is the future of American justice. Dead or alive?
Whether you're revisiting the brutal 1987 classic or discovering the 2014 reboot for the first time, there's never been a better excuse to binge one of sci-fi's most iconic franchises. The original alone is essential viewing, a razor-sharp takedown of corporate America, identity, and what it means to be human, all wrapped inside one of the most ultra-violent action films of the 80s. Peter Weller's performance as Alex Murphy is iconic. And here's a question I genuinely want your take on. Which ROBOCOP film do you think aged the best? The brutal 1987 original or the more polished 2014 reboot? Drop your pick in the comments. I read every single one. Blue Beetle arrives on Prime Video August 17th.
Herman.
This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want.
Xolo Maridueña stars as Jaime Reyes, a college graduate who becomes the unwilling host to an alien scarab that gifts him a massively powerful exosuit. This is the first Latino-led DC superhero film, and honestly, it deserved a much bigger theatrical run than it got. What makes this film stand out is the family dynamic. The Reyes family is not just background decoration, they are the emotional core of the entire story. The action sequences are clean and creative, the humor actually lands, and the cultural specificity makes it feel genuinely fresh in a genre drowning in sameness. If you skipped Blue Beetle assuming it was just another comic book movie, you made a mistake. Fix it. Entering the top 5 at number 5 is The Last House, a Netflix original arriving August 7th.
Help me!
We can't help you. I'm sorry.
Hide.
Imagine waking up one morning only to discover your family is completely trapped inside your own home, with no doors, no escape, and no explanation. That's the terrifying premise of this sci-fi horror thriller from director Louis Leterrier. As food runs low and panic begins to take over, the family must uncover what's keeping them imprisoned before it's too late. Greta Lee and Wagner Moura lead the cast, bringing real emotional weight to a story that's as much about survival as it is about fear. The mystery unfolds slowly, constantly raising new questions about what's happening outside and whether escaping is even possible. If you're into contained sci-fi thrillers packed with tension and paranoia, this is one Netflix original you shouldn't overlook. At number 4, Megan finally arrives on Netflix August 24th.
Megan! What's wrong with you?
I won't let anything harm you.
Yes, the killer AI doll that took over the internet is back on streaming, and if you somehow missed this phenomenon, now is your moment. But here is what people get wrong about Megan. This is not just a horror movie about a creepy doll. It is a razor-sharp satire about parenting, technology dependency, and what happens when we outsource human connection to machines. Allison Williams is excellent as the overwhelmed guardian, but Megan herself, brought to life through a combination of animatronics, puppetry, and a genuinely unsettling performance, steals every single scene. The unrated version is even better. It is fun, it is dark, it is self-aware, and it absolutely earns the hype. Entering the top 3 at number 3, ELYSIUM is now streaming on Netflix.
You can save everyone. When can I go?
Activate Kruger.
Neil Blomkamp's 2013 dystopian epic stars Matt Damon and Jodie Foster. The year is 2154. The wealthy have abandoned Earth entirely, living on a pristine orbital space station called Elysium, where disease and aging have been eliminated. Everyone else is trapped on an overpopulated, decaying planet, working themselves to death in toxic factories. Damon plays Max, a factory worker who receives a lethal dose of radiation and has exactly 5 days to break into Elysium and save his own life. One accident changes everything, and suddenly, Max becomes humanity's last shot at breaking the system. Charlton Copley as the sleeper agent Kruger is absolutely unhinged, one of the most memorable villains in modern sci-fi. The themes of healthcare inequality, immigration, and class warfare are more relevant in 2026 than they were in 2013. Think District 9, but with a significantly bigger canvas and even higher stakes. And here is my question for you. If Elysium existed for real, what would it take for you to break in? Tell me in the comments. At number 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is one of Prime Video's biggest August additions.
Together, you will die. No, together, strong.
The 2024 chapter quietly became one of the best-reviewed blockbusters of the year. Set 300 years after Caesar's reign ended, we follow Noah, a young chimpanzee whose peaceful clan is shattered by a ruthless warlord. His journey to rescue his family forces him to confront buried secrets about the past, and about what Caesar's legacy actually became. The motion capture performances here are next level. You stop seeing visual effects entirely and just see characters. Owen Teague carries the emotional weight of the entire franchise on his shoulders and delivers. Director Wes Ball brings a sweeping sense of adventure and scale the series has never attempted before, with overgrown cities, new ape civilizations, and genuinely breathtaking world-building. This is not a filler sequel designed to milk a franchise. This is a confident, thoughtful, and emotionally resonant continuation of one of the greatest sci-fi sagas ever told. And finally, at number 1, Interstellar is now streaming on Prime Video.
Don't let me leave, Merv!
Christopher Nolan's 2014 masterpiece takes place in a near future where Earth is dying and humanity faces extinction. A former NASA pilot, played by Matthew McConaughey, makes an impossible choice: leave his children behind and travel through a wormhole into the unknown, searching for a new home. What follows is one of the most emotionally devastating and scientifically ambitious films ever committed to screen. McConaughey delivers the performance of his career. The docking sequence alone, if you have seen it, you know exactly what I am talking about, is one of the most intense, heart-pounding scenes in film history. Hans Zimmer's organ-driven score will rearrange your soul. But here's what separates Interstellar from every other space epic. Beneath the black holes and the theoretical physics, this is a story about a father and his daughter, about love transcending dimensions, about the unbearable weight of time. If you watch only one film from this entire list, make it this one. Interstellar is not just the best sci-fi film of this century, it is one of the greatest films ever made. Which one are you watching first? Interstellar, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, or Megan? Let me know in the comments. And if you love discovering hidden sci-fi gems before everyone else, hit subscribe because we've got a lot more coming. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.